This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the March 13th, 2023 episode of the Kubernetes Amsterdam EU Contributor Summit staff meeting thing, mabobber.
Yay!
Okay. Let's get into it. We got stuff. We actually got some stuff, and I kind of wish we had more staff, but it was daylight savings time this weekend, so all of our international folks have no idea what time this meeting is right now, because it was only DST in the US. So getting started. First of all, we got some updates to the landing site to get done. I'm putting those on my agenda for the next day or two. We need to add in links to the GitHub issue. We need to add in links to the CFP, specifically the GitHub issue for the unconference. And we need to do some updates for the celebration information. I think that's all that's on me right now. So going over to the CNCF with Brienne. What you got for us?
I don't have much. I'm pretty boring today. I think the biggest thing is if I could just get the timing for any food and beverage needs, or even an estimate, that would be helpful. So as far as the all-day beverages, I just need to know kind of the estimated start time and end time for the day, AM, PM breaks, lunch, anything like that. Just so I can let the food and beverage team kind of know what to plan for. And then once we do know final times, then I can give those to them. But that would be helpful. And then I will be on vacation again, March 22nd through the 28th. Deb will be your contact and will be covering anything during that time. So feel free to email her. Please do include me just so when I come back, I am in the loop. But she will be available during that time. I will not. So
awesome.
Kind of all I had, unless you guys, obviously I'll be on. If you have any questions or need anything specific, just let me know.
Fantastic. We do have to figure out what the schedule is going to be. Do we want to start at 9? I don't know. Do we want to start a little bit later? I guess it depends on what we get in for the CFP. When I looked a few days ago, there was only like 2 things in the CFP right then. 4, that's good. Awesome. Well, we're on to content with Jason right now anyway. So what do you got for us? What are you thinking?
I think, we can start figuring that out. Right now, we are a little light on the CFP requests. We got a total of 4 in right now. Not unusual at the beginning of the CFP period, but also not necessarily great considering we haven't seen any responses back for the unconference topic either yet so far. So I think we need to
try to a little busy, but yes.
Yeah, obviously everything's busy and all that stuff. Which comes up every time. But yeah, I think probably just need to keep hitting on the messaging that those both are open and soliciting responses. Otherwise, that's it for content right now.
Okay. Well, I know when we sent out, since we're about to get into comms with Chris anyway, when we sent out the last comms, we talked about the CFP, but we didn't even mention the unconference issue. So when we give people a reminder, we'll want to talk about, I think, 3 things in the next comm, because we got to give them a reminder about the CFP. We want to bring up the unconference GitHub issue, and we also want to talk about the SIG meet and greet.
Yep.
For anybody that's going to be involved in that, because I also noticed that issue got opened and has also gotten no traction. There is a general
in some
malaise.
ways, the unconference thing, it's a double-edged sword, because sometimes you get submissions really early, and then by the time the event comes, you know, that person may not be attending anymore and all of that stuff. But we do want to get kind of those votes in from people which are hard to get, you know, the day of the conference type of thing.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a tricky one to guess.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So back to Chris. What else you got for us with comms? Anything to
No,
talk about?
I mean, obviously I need to get some details from the meet and greet team, but
Okay.
that's it really. I mean, I'm going to just amplify, I guess, right? Like we're supposed to
Yeah.
send an email closes soon, but maybe we do need like a midstream reminder.
Yeah. I think we've got enough other things that we need to talk about.
Mhm.
Hey, by the way, there's other stuff happening, and we are only like, oh my God, we're only like 4 weeks out.
Yeah.
Because it's like, today's March 13th, and I think around April 14th, I plan to be on a plane. So,
Yeah.
whoo! Conferences are closer than they appear. Okay, we'll talk about the meet and greet in a minute. Anything else for comms?
No.
Okay. Mars, how we doing with Reg?
We've got 135 registrations.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes, and 120 are non-staff.
Can you go through and take a look at all the ones that are non-staff and see how many of them should be staff?
Yes, I think we are. I will recheck once again because I think at least 2 or 3 people registered as a non-staff, and they should be staff.
Okay. So if you can find that, then we can just poke them in the channel and say, hey, you need to
Yep.
re-register.
Yes, and if you are staff and are not registered yet, please register as well.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
Mars is on it.
I have to remember if I did register.
Because we have, I think, I closed that doc. Between the leads and the copious numbers of shadows that we have this time around, our total staff is around 39. So if we have 21 people registered as staff, that means we're only at about 50% of the staff registered.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else from Reg? Anything else for Reg? Going once, going twice. Moving along. The celebration with Xander. Xander said he would not be on this call. Did he give us any updates or? Nope, just said he's going to miss this call. We do need to have some more open discussion about what the evening is going to look like so that we can get that information put up on the landing site. Maybe I will hold off on that until next week, and we'll try and get more info from Xander, and I'll just get the CFP and GitHub issue up. Okay. I'll make a note. Need more details so we can get info on landing sites. Okay, moving on. Ops with Federico. I don't see Federico on, but Ops doesn't really have much to do until the schedule is put into place, and then they get to panic.
As they should.
Yeah. The SIG meet and greet. Neither Kim nor Laura are on the call. I did go through the rest of the meet and greet handbook this weekend. Finally got around to that, and gave that an LGTM. I should go make sure that actually got merged. The they were speaking this week because they were both at scale, and we're going to divvy up all the duties of which SIGs they were going to reach out to and make sure they got people involved. So I know that that is underway, but there was no one else here to report on it. That brings us to anything else. I'm going to make a note in the doc about what I just said. Let's see what else we got. The big things are if anybody reached out to you about the CFP, because I know a bunch of people were pestering other folks on our team about it. Go reach out to them and make sure that the folks that were pestering you about the CFP have actually then gone and filled out the CFP. Like, hey, you asked about it. It's right here. We got to pester everybody about signing up as staff. And there was one other thing that I've forgotten now. We need to sort out the times. Do we want to do 9 to 5? I guess it depends on how much content we have.
At least last time with the content, we filled it in around the expected time that we wanted to, and then we just shifted what rooms were doing what, to accommodate that. So
Okay.
I think it's fine to say 9 to 5 and then sort out when, breakfast will be, when the lunch break will be, and all of that, and then we can schedule around that.
Okay, so if it's 9 to 5, we're going to do, I assume we're going to start with the opening ceremonies. That takes like 10-15 minutes. And then the steering AMA takes at least an hour because people like to talk to steering and have questions. That puts us at like 10:30 for the first break. Lunch at a normal time, like 12. So if we do are we doing 15-minute breaks or 30-minute breaks? Probably 15.
We kind of tweaked them around based on the scheduling last time.
Okay.
I think the only thing we started out with the scheduling was the main one was the lunch break and the breakfast.
Okay. So just off the top of my head then, if we start at 9, opening ceremonies and steering AMA takes us to 10:30. Do a break, then back for sessions, lunch around noon, an hour for lunch. That puts us at 1 o'clock. With a 4-hour block, we want to break probably around 2 o'clock. I'm guessing, or no, 2:30, something like that. So we'll put the notes in the spreadsheet, wherever that is. Planning doc, here it is. Let's try and throw some. Yeah.
I was trying to find the spreadsheet from Detroit, but amazingly, it's not one of the open tabs that I have right now.
Of course.
I'll pull it up and I can share that link. Hold on, give me 1 second and I'll edit to the chat.
Thanks, Brianne.
And I think that's the only thing left that we have to do today. Mostly it's getting folks rallied. Woo! Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Because luckily most of the leads are on right now. We should be taking the opportunity to review the role handbooks. Just because we've got a lot of stuff going on. And especially with things like, I want to review this after the event. Things like, how are we treating the shadows? Have we gone over the optimal number of shadows? Like, we kind of allowed a lot of people, and I've mentioned that a few times, but I'm generally okay with it. But I want to see how that fits with the duties that we have to distribute. And if we said, we brought in 8 shadows, but we really only had to work for 3. Like,
I
let's
think it's the other way around, Noah. I think it's, at least for me, I can speak
Okay.
on my own behalf. I have 6 shadows, and it's usually who's available at that given time. That's how it's
Okay.
kind of working out for me. That's nice to an extent, right? Like, I wish I had more time zone diversity. That's my only thing.
okay. Well, let's make a note of that, because maybe that works for, maybe that's really good for comms and less good
Yeah.
for Reg. I don't know. Just pulling a
Yeah,
name out of a
who
hat.
knows? Yeah, it'd be great. I don't think there's anybody on comms that's actually in the EU time zone. I don't think, which is weird.
So if these are things, I really want to spend a lot of time on sort of the post-mortem of this event, because I think we have a lot of information spinning in the old noggins that could be helpful to the next team. That's all I got. Okay, that's the doc. We'll take the conversation of what our time slots look like into the Slack channel. Sound good, folks?
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll see you all on Slack as we talk about time blocks. Thank you all for your help. Everyone's doing a fantastic job. Keep up the good work.
No, you keep up the good work.
No, you keep up the good work. How stern.
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna hit stop now.